5 weeks with the amount of time that we had here at this regular season of the inaugural Mario Mania League. 5 weeks we told the story, week to week, who would be the best, who would be crowned on top, and who would be truly the best of the best. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to answer that question, to find out who is the cream of the crop, who is the top dog, who is ready to be crowned the first champion here at the Mario Mania League. For those of you just joining in, this is week 7 of the Mario Mania League, but only a case and change of history is what will be happening here tonight. As it says, let's play baseball. Halfway through that, it cut out in the Discord, so I'm sure Michael, or AKA the Nutman, had no idea what I was trying to say. Acorns, you're back.
Hello.
I hope that you're not missing like last week. Hopefully you're alive and well, and no one kidnapped you again this time around.
Listen, sometimes you make some bad bets, and then the Mexican cartels, kind of take you on a trip.
Yeah, it is what it is. At least it was the Mexican cartel and not the Mushroom Kingdom cartel. That probably would have screwed you pretty badly, honestly speaking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But hey,
100%.
we are glad to have you here. We are glad to have you for the inaugural Mario Mania League World Series. I'm giddy talking about it right now. That's how I feel right now. Acorns, how are you feeling, good sir?
I am very, 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 very excited.
Tonight is a battle for the ages, a matchup unlike any that you have seen here before. And just to play it safe, I'm actually going to give you a camera, but I'm going to do the virtual camera so you can see the feed and see the graphics that I'm throwing up on stream this time around. I thought I would give a little something funny. You can go to the shared screen if you want to. I know I'm ahead of the game right now. Let's give you the right camera. Virtual. Start the virtual camera. There we go. I think I did it finally correctly. If you can't see
you panned me at first, and you said, it's like, I'm going to give you a camera. I'm like, oh.
No, not your camera. I'm talking about mine. If you can't see me, I did not test this beforehand, so maybe we don't even do it anyway. I'm not picky about it. Hold on. Let's turn it off. Let's turn it back on. Hey, it worked. There you go.
There we go.
You can see me. All right. Acorns. We need to talk about tonight's epic adventures here before we get into it. Which, by the way, let's talk about the format as our starting conversation to this here. First off, tonight, it is not going to be a best of 3 series. It is not going to be a best of 5 series. Tonight, 5 innings for each game, but a series shall be best of 7. We'll be playing it in format of 2-2-1-1-1. If you're not familiar with that format, essentially, 2 games start out as home for the New York Mets. 2 games go away for Bowser and his minions. Then we go back to New York. Then we go back to Bowser. Then we go back to New York. And we keep doing that until we get to the final game that is going to be needed for us here tonight, Acorns. And it's going to be a freaking hell of a ride, wouldn't you say so?
Hell yeah, brother.
All right.
I love a good 7-game series. You know what's really funny? In the minors, especially in minor hockey, they do it best of 5.
Which is a great outcome, great sequence. I think because this is our only game of the night, I felt like we could, metaphorically speaking, milk some content and get a best of 7 out of this one. I don't think we're going to be here for too long. Depending on the performance, we may see a clean sweep tonight. We might see the New York Mets go to their old ways in losing tonight. Or we might see Bowser and his minions end up becoming the New York Mets and his minions tonight. We'll have to see, Acorns. The options are endless. Again, if you have not been catching up with us, this is our outcome and our matchups here tonight. It's going to be the New York Mets versus Bowser and his minions. I'm going to blame the loop piece for the versus part. We'll fire production assistant again for that. That's fine. I like doing that. But that is our excitement here tonight. Bowser and his minions versus the new New York Mets. Acorns, you've gotten to watch a majority of the games this season. Your friend, or not friend, don't really know if there's a relation or not, Ernie Ballswell, of course, tragically passed away. Rest in peace to a legend.
Rest in peace.
Got a chance to commentate the first week with me, but you've gotten to see a lot of the storytelling that has happened during this season and the bats to balls and all the other stuff that's happened here. Do you have any key takeaways from this season for the new New York Mets and Bowser and his minions that may be keys to success tonight for either team?
Honestly, my money has got to be on the new New York Mets. One of my favorites to watch this season has been Toadsworth. For such an old little creepy guy, performs .662 batting average, and just every time I'm seeing this man, this old turtley man, just go up there and just crack bats and dingers.
So you'll laugh at this. I'm glad we were on the same wavelength. We didn't have a pre-production meeting about this. Let's cut to the graphics, shall we, and talk about the highlight of Toadsworth and the hi-ho he's been giving us here this season. Somebody that was really out of the blue, and I fully agree with you on that one. Toadsworth leading the new New York Mets right now with a .622 batting average, and like you said, 16 RBIs, surprisingly 2 dingers to his name and a couple of doubles. This old man's got a lot of spry in him, if you're catching my drift, Acorns. I think he could be a key to success here tonight for the said new New York Mets. Wouldn't you agree?
But looking back at the stats real quick, there's more Bowser and his minions that can outperform just Toadsworth solely on his own. Bowser, Hammer Bro, Red Koopa, like that top of the batting order right there is still pretty good. It's just you have that one slugger. You've got your Aaron Judge basically, or your Shohei Ohtani on that team, surrounded by utility players, quite frankly.
What's interesting to think about with that, by the way, though, I was looking at the stats and I was trying to find like any notable differences between the two, and I wanted to call this out, but I didn't prep a graphic for it. Fun fact, the Bowser and his minions compared to the new New York Mets. The new New York Mets, every single player at bare minimum has 2 or more doubles to their name. The Bowser and his minions, less than half of their team has greater than 1, essentially, with their doubles count. Now, of course, doubles aren't always the key to victory, but I think that makes a huge testament to how the new New York Mets have offensively surged without needing to put the ball over the fences, if you know what I'm saying.
That's really crazy. Who is it? It looks like it's Dry Bones and Dixie Kong have just 1 to their name.
Yep.
Quite honestly. And then Red Paratroopa, none.
Exactly.
None. While you look at New York Mets, it's like at least, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. 5 from Toadette. Wow.
Yeah. Toadette surprisingly doing tremendously well over there, and I'm curious on how they will progress here for tonight. We're gonna get the prediction: his minions versus new New York, because I know me, and I'm gonna forget to do that later. So we're gonna make that a 15-minute submission period, so that we can keep talking, but also people can start dumping in all those channel points and get their crippling gambling addictions taken care of through channel points for it. Acorns, I want to point one more thing out to you, and I want to talk about pitching for just a minute. I want to talk about the fact that we have had a very interesting matchup here in the Mario Mania League, in that it's Dixie Kong versus Firebro. Firebro had a couple of weeks this year that it was a bit tough to see what they were going to come up against. They were not able to process maybe as many strikeouts as we were hoping. However, they threw pretty much close-ish to the same amount of pitches between the two here. Dixie Kong, not in the beginning, but toward the rest of this season, has really accelerated to being one of my favorite pitchers to watch. As you can see by the statistics there, you can see their batters faced about 20 off from each other. Strikeouts about the same, earned runs about the same. Something to also look at: batters walked, Dixie Kong 4, Firebro 0, outs pitched the same, pitches thrown, nearly 100 more for Dixie Kong, which may talk a lot about how many balls that she's throwing through. I would say, at the very least, something you should be thinking about is how this pitching matchup may either deter or enhance one of the two teams coming up here. I really see both of them being strong candidates in having a pitching frenzy today, essentially.
It's going to be a clinic between those two, honestly. Like, those are just stacked numbers that are even. I look at it and I'm like, there's not one number to me, quite honestly, that stands out as like, that is the stat, that is the story. Yep. You know, I think our, hopefully for me personally, because you know me, dingers, duh.
Oh yeah.
I want to see bombs. Okay.
Yeah.
Bomb factory.
I'm talking like Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks when they just had 16 total runs combined scored in one inning between the two, which is insane. By the way, Cubs win, fly the W, baby. Anyway, but I gotta have one last thing, is just talk about the World Series starting roster, and then we are ready to get into things here. So, if you have been familiar with these teams, you may know these rosters. Not much has changed in their lineups or their rotations. Firebro being the pitcher for the Bowser and his Minions. I flipped the graphics around. I'm going to have to fire somebody for that. The New York Mets are on the left-hand side. I will fix that in just a second here, folks. Left side is going to be the New York Mets with Firebro, Green Shy Guy, Toadsworth, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Red Pianta, Green Noki, Green Toad, and Toadette. And the Bowser and his Minions, again, we'll fix that in just a second here, chat. Dixie Kong, Hammer Bro, Red Drybones, Bowser, Green Magic Koopa, Yellow Pianta, Red Koopa, Toad, and Paratroopa to finish things off here. Acorns.
Yes.
This is a matchup for the ages. Multiple Toads, multiple Piantas, one giant turtle shell, couple angry bros, couple angry turtle bros, essentially. Lot of similarities, but also a lot of key differences in this one here. Let's go to the predictions. Acorns, who takes the win and in how many games?
I'm sticking with the original one that I said. I said New York Mets, and I'm going to say, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
5.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So
I always think 5 is the number to kind of pick there in a best of 7 series, because it's like they're not going to fully sweep, but they're going to at least give up one in a matchup that is this close.
Very true. With the 2-2-1-1-1, we'll see what the advantages come out to be. I have learned something interesting over the season. We've talked about it here on the broadcast, that a lot of the away teams have actually prospered rather than be hindered in this time. So I'm intrigued to know if that could be the key to victory. The starting point in those that are home is the New York Mets. So I'm going off of the not real conspiracy theory that Bowser and his Minions are going to take it, just strictly for that stat boost that's going to be there. That's what I'm calling.
Alrighty.
Let's see
what happens.
One last thing.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to make sure I replaced the graphic because that upset me. Anyway, there's the right teams. We did it right. Didn't want to flip everybody
Proud of you.
that was there. But I'll blame that on the fact that I had 16 minutes during my lunch break to go make that there. But anyway. God. That was so loud. That was so loud.
It scared the shit out of you.
That was so loud. I think I'm deaf. Acorns, I can't hear you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're not that bad. All right. We're going to go ahead and cut off my camera now. You don't need to see the broadcast. You've got the shared screen that's going to be there. Without further ado, we are ready to go. The World Series is going to be underway here, folks. Get your predictions in. Get ready to go. Let's go play some baseball. Starting out, by the way, over at Mario Stadium, the home turf of the New York Mets.
Beautiful day here at Mario Stadium. Sun shining, the palm trees are swaying. Blue breeze. Great for baseball.
Temperatures looking promising. A high of 85 today out in the stands.
Nice catch there to start up at the shortstop, Daisy. Nice catch there by the yellow toad at third base.
Interesting start. 2 line drives.
2 quick outs, too. At least get a runner there on first.
No hitter's already been ruined.
And Bowser comes up to play now.
Yeah, if you saw Bowser in the All-Star game last week, this was actually his home turf, essentially. He jacked 3 home runs in the All-Star game to put his team ahead of the victory.
Starting off with a runner on first and third here. As Hammer Bros ups at the plate. The pitch and a hit, and it's going to go all the way back and be caught out there by Toadette as we go to the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Hammer Bros had a tough season, to be honest with you. I was kind of expecting a lot of power behind the bats on this one, and really just no success to really virtue for Hammer Bro.
1-1 the count here at the bottom of the first. Nice pitch there from Dixie. It's going to be a hit to right field at the splits. Got a run on first. Yellow Toad winds up, but it's going to be a ball. Right there, right down the middle, and a nice catch there by Bowser as it's going to be out.
Yep, earning the title of being the sensational all-star that he has been. Bowser has had a lot of sensational plays over at second base with his diving acumen this year. His hustle is almost his middle name, practically.
And a big double play there. So far, very evenly matched. So we start with Green Magikoopa here. Top of the second.
Oh, you saw Toadsworth nearly laying out for that one and successfully getting it. But we're going to see the vertical from the yellow toad to catch that one.
I think we might be right here, at least my prediction of being a little pitching clinic, because so far...
Wait.
I spoke too soon! I spoke too soon! That's a jinx, I'm sorry.
Red Toad launches that one into right field, and frankly speaking, that's not something you normally say when you have the Red Toad moment right there. Red Toad has 5 home runs from the regular season, so to see this happen would not have been in my top 5 predictions that he would have been the one to give a dinger.
I'm gonna shut my mouth, apparently.
No, keep talking, otherwise my voice is gonna hurt by the end of this.
Oh, okay, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yellow Pianta here at the plate. It's a foul ball off the left field. The pitch is gonna be strike. 0-2 the counter with 1 out here in the top of the second. There's a big hit going out to center field. That's going to be caught by the Green Toad as outs.
Yeah, Green Toad getting there quite comfortably. Both teams have a great outfield for what they're going to run into. Great speed, great synergy. I got a lot of confidence that we're not going to see a lot of problems out there chasing down the right ball.
Runner on first and second here. As Koopa comes up to the plate. First pitch. Could be strike. 2 strikes. Big pitch. It's going to be a 3rd strike and an out.
Yeah, great strikeout from Firebro. Sensationally known for just the incredible speed that he could put behind the ball. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest, but Bowser and his minions strike first on the leaderboard.
Daisy here at the plate. But up next, Hammer Bro. 1-1 the count so far. That's going to be a big hit going all the way to the back of the wall. It's going to keep going to the wall itself as Daisy comes into second.
Yeah, near statement from Daisy to just launch that one back. This is going to be my player to watch. Firebro needs to have a sensational performance, and he's going to do just the same.
He's going. It's going all the way back. and over the wall.
Whoa,
and it's going to be a
that person
comeback
gifted a
homer.
subscription. And how generous of them. And we
If
just heard, whoa, that person is generous. And just like our subscription count, that thing went up and up and up and up.
Over.
And out of here. Whoa. That person gifted a subscription.
1-2 the score.
How generous of them. And if it's Malum, get ready for this sound for 30
Green
more
Noki
times.
steps up to the plate. And there goes one all the way to the back in the right field. As Green Noki comes into second and is safe.
Get ready for this sound for 30 more times.
Pink Piazza at the plates. That's going to be a nice hit all the way off the left side of the field. As Green Noki comes into home, making it 1-3.
Get ready for this sound for 30 more times. I'm distracted by my own voice right now, which is a weird sentence to say. Thank you for the subscriptions. I appreciate that. And let's keep the hype going in this World Series as Red Piazza gets a great line drive to get him on board. Get ready for this sound for 30 more
Great
times.
strikeout on the plate. That's going to be a ball to start. The big one up there for Dixcon, and it's going to be a hit there, going straight at the middle as he goes into second. It's going to be a double for him as Pink Pianta coming around there to home, and it's going to be out.
From one Pianta to another, just lasers that thing right from the tip of shortstop, and just no hesitation gets his fellow brethren out and says, get your ass back to Mario Sunshine.
Maybe a single there from the Green Toad. It's going to be a strike. Nice hit at the right side of the field there along the foul ball line, being to the single for the New York Mets.
Yeah, Toadsworth predicted that one perfectly. Just threw it right down the line, gapped first and second base. Sometimes it's just the little bats that make a big difference. New York Mets up 3.
Yellow tail at the plate now. 0-1 the count with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Nice little double play there. Oh, that's going to be a single play. It's going to be safe there at first.
Yeah, I called the chickens before they were ready to lay eggs.
Indeed. Toadsworth now at the play. And we kept talking about in the pregame. Let's see if he connects. That's going to be nice. Right to the right side of the field there as another player comes into home. Making it 1-5 New York Mets.
Yeah, something that has been really interesting to watch over this regular season is the teams that typically start out really strong like this. I don't have a number to specifically give you, but those who start out as strong as they do right now tend to be pretty successful. And we're in the second inning, and we're already with a pitching change, Acorns.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I definitely did jinx them. It is not a pitching clinic. They're just bleeding runs, it seems like.
Yeah, keep in mind, Mercy Rule is on even in the World Series, so if they get to 10, this thing could wrap up pretty fast.
Barbaro here at the plate now with 0-1 the count so far as he hits a big one, going all the way to the back of the wall to be caught out. As we go to the top of the third.
Yeah, I got to wonder how Froggy Dojo's feeling after that crazy 6 runs that just came in. It's going to be top of the lineup here, well, second in the line. It goes 2, 3, 4 right now. We'll see what's going to happen here.
Nice hit to the left side of the field there as we get a nice single. Bowser out the plate.
Yeah, correction. Actually, this is the 3-4-5 lineup, so we got a lot of power behind it, and that power is for sure there. Bowser way back and out of here.
2-run homer there as he comes around into home.
Yeah, comfortably lands it over the left center field. Just a great shot, great counter. When you have a pitcher that pitches as fast as fire, bro, sometimes all you need is just put the bat on the ball, and when you're the strength of Bowser, that's a pretty easy one to do, and you just have that crazy, stressful deficit they have right now.
3-6 still in favor of the New York Mets.
Wait a minute!
Hammer Bro hits it. Whoa, wait a second. There's another one right over the wall for a home run as Hammer Bro makes his way to second and then eventually to third.
All right, we got to start calling this terminology for back-to-back home runs the double dinger. And the double dinger was successful. Bowser, then Hammer Bro, who I harped on being pretty cold this season, has just been otherworldly now. What a great shot from him.
Clearly heard you decide to warm himself up there.
Sometimes I like to spite people and then they perform better. That being said, Acorns, you suck.
You know what? I'm trying my best over here. Goddamn.
See, now you're doing fantastic. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Red
Rematch
Toad.
in a second.
Already coming off of his home run from last time. Another one on board would tie the game.
Have to be caught out by Green Oki. Dixie now to the plate. The Yellow Piazza on deck. The pitch. Ball. 1-1 the count. Nice hit off the left side of the field there. That's going to be a run around first and third. The pitch. Ball. The windup there, it's going to be 1-1. Just outside of the box. 2-1.
Yeah, keep in mind that it is only one out right now, so a pop fly can still be helpful, but you got to put the bat behind off your shoulders if you want to make that work.
Red Dry Bones now at the plate. It's going to be a nice big hit, but it's going to be caught out by Green Oki.
Yeah, tough to leave a couple of runners on base like that, but if they can have a solid defensive bottom of the third here, they can bring it back probably in the next inning.
Mean fastball there from Hammer Bro. With the switch up, making it 0-2 counts.
Yeah, caught nothing but air for that one for Green Noki.
Big Piazza now at the plate. Nice catch there by the Red Dry Bones at first.
Yeah,
as Green Shaggy comes to play.
They're catching a little fortune. If you haven't caught on to this already, we're at the 6, 7, 8 lineup so far. I was gonna say this might be 1, 2, 3, but now we go to 9 hole for Green Toad and see maybe he can keep the ball rolling and go top a lineup.
1 up the count here so far. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And a big air there by the Yellow Piazza as he tries to throw the first, but it's caught safe.
Some of the World Series nerves had to have kicked in for Yellow Piazza. That was a critical mistake, as now we put it back to top of the lineup for Toadette, see if they have a chance to get on base.
1 up count here. Nice hit up to right center field. And it's going to be bases loaded here. Denny's is calling ring-a-ding-ding. Where's my moons over Miami?
Yellow Toad has a great chance here. But honestly speaking, even just a single and get one base in could be all that you need.
0-2 the count here with 2 outs. And it's going to be a hit off the left side of field. It's going to split right down the middle as 1 and 2. Well, it's going to be out at 2. But at least 1 runner came home there.
Yeah, that was extremely greedy on that one. He was pretty much caught by the time he was halfway there. I could have probably grabbed a sandwich and come back and still be able to see him get out at that one.
4-7 the score here, still in the favor of the New York Mets. Top of 4th. Get a nice hit right up the center field as it's making a single.
Now, if you're trying to make a comeback right now, this is the lineup that you want. You're at 2-3-4 right now. Just over Daisy. Nice work. And an error to add on to it. This is now Bowser and Hammerbro's chance to see if they can do back-to-back dingers.
Here comes the big man himself, Bowser, with a nice lineup.
My God.
Oh, my God. My goodness.
I thought we were about to have a triple play. That was insane how fast Toads caught that.
That one's going all the way back to the wall, but caught out by the Green Oki as we go to the bottom of the 4th. What a quick little 1, 2, 3 that was there.
From excitement to terror as Toadsworth now up to the plate. If he hits a home run, I just want you to know, Toadsworth is my MVP of the season.
0-2 the count.
Maybe living too much off of that nostalgia of the first base insane play he had. Oh!
Daisy crushing one off to the right side, but it's caught out with a big play by the paratrooper.
Yep, you need those kind of highlight plays to keep the momentum back on your side. That was excellent work.
Fireball swings and misses, making it 0-2. And ultimately striking out altogether as we go to the top of the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of strikeouts to add to the name there. Not too bad.
Nice catch there by Daisy, making it out.
Yeah, going to 6, 7, 8. Red Toad again, having the home run underneath their belts already.
Just some great defense here from infield.
Keep in mind, this is 2 outs, top of the 5th. This is score or at least get on base, or this game will go into the hands of the New York Mets.
Yellow Pianta now at the plate. Barbo winds up, throws one across the plate. It's hit all the way to the way back of the foul ball line as Pixie comes into home, and it's going to be out. That's the game, folks.
I get that they were down.
4-7.
I get that they were down, but that was unnecessary to try to make that happen. New York Mets take on Game 1. And here's what we're going to do, Chad. I'm going to go ahead and pin my message so that you guys can keep that in mind as we see it there. And I'll go ahead and get our screenshots rolling.
Farbro, well deserved with the MVP, I might say. But an absolute heat today. 14 runs apiece for each team.
You mean 14 hits?
That's what I meant to say.
I was going to say, 14 runs would be an insane offensive surge, but not quite what we were hoping to see out of that one.
You knew what I meant.
I knew, that's why I corrected it. I was like, I figured I knew where you were going with that. Made sense in my head, but hey, that is what it is. So what do you make out of the first game so far? The New York Mets having that 6-run second inning really kind of set a statement for the Bowser and his minions as they go into Game 2.
Kind of as expected, quite frankly. I thought it was pretty clockwork in regards to what I said was going to happen.
Yeah, so in case you're looking for banter, we were prepping stuff in the background and basically said, hey, just want to make sure that stuff is prepared for games 5, 6, and 7. And Froggy Dojo just responded back in our GM chat to basically state that, quote, we won't need Game 5, 6, and 7. So this is coming back to hurt him a little bit with that statement because he's gonna need it after the situation he just had. So that's tough. But for all we know, Froggy Dojo might see a huge pivot in the team coming up here next. But we have Game 2 ready to go here. Acorns, what do you think is going to be, before we go into Game 2, what is going to be the key for Bowser and his minions to come back? Is it a bats thing? Is it a defense thing? Is it a pitching thing? What do you see out of it?
For Bowser and his minions, as I mentioned earlier, like there are some sluggers on that team, and Bowser he connected on one, right? I remember seeing that at least. It just seems like the bottom half of that rotation, like Magic Koopa, the Yellow Pianta, Paratroopa, Dixie, like they need to connect more. I'm sure Bowser's back is hurting from carrying this damn team, quite frankly.
Well, when you have the offensive powerhouse, I mean, Bowser does make sense in that. I think for me, Hammer Bro needs to do exactly what he did this game more consistently. I think that was the key that I saw. And then also, obviously, the substitution from Dixie Kong really said a lot about where the confidence was at the start of that game. So we're going to see where that's going to change. But we're ready with Game 2. I'm going to go ahead and get you your feed so that you can go ahead and see the game. And without further ado, let's go hit bats to balls. Let's go have fun over in Game 2.
Dingers, dingers, dingers.
Balls, balls, balls.
Wow.
I didn't have a better comeback for that. That was just what I was thinking.
Fair enough.
Also, this program brought to you by Balls, BAWLS, which is an actual soda. I have been ingesting balls like crazy over here. Shout out to Gamers for giving them to me.
I was about to say, where are you getting some of that? I want some.
They're very good, actually.
I know. It's been a long time since I've had one.
I will save you one specifically to bring you into the office tomorrow.
Bless. Oh, you're coming in tomorrow? Nice.
I am.
Nice.
I won't be there for long, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. Green Noki Toss that back to Red Pianta, and 1 out on the plate.
The pitch. It goes all the way back and caught out by Greenoki. Bowser's plate now. Let's see if he connects on this one. And he just might. He could be as it goes over the wall for a 2-run homer.
Get used to seeing that fist in the air as Bowser with another great and fantastic home run over onto the right field. Those Piantas and Shy Guys over there are probably having a great time, and this is the Bowser and his minions striking first.
2-0 here at the top of the first. As Emerbro puts one right in the middle. It's caught there by Daisy. We're going to go to the bottom of the second.
Got to give Daisy their flowers on that one. That was an insane diving play to keep that ball in play.
Toadette on base now. She makes it a single. And out to be Yellow Toad with Toadsworth on deck. The nice hit. That's going to be caught ultimately out. Big slide. Don't know if it was really needed, but he does move slow.
He made it look cool. That's all that matters to me. That was a great dive on that one.
0-2 the count here with 1 out. And that's going to be good for a single. As they throw to third, it's going to be safe for Toadette.
Little bit sketchy base running decision making on that, but at least they made it in just in time for Pisano to show up with 1 out, bottom of the first, game 2.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning myself. I'm like, sure. Go for third. Why don't you? 1-1 the count with 1 out here. And Toadette's going to go home and make it a 2-1.
Yeah, nice shot to shoot it right over the outside. Sometimes, again, it's just the little small base hits that you need to be able to keep the ball moving and keep the momentum shifting. And this is great because now we have Fire Bro with 2 on base. Let's see what he can bring to the table.
Starting off with a strike. Dixie winds up. That's to be a good for at least, this might be, it is a double play. Really choking there for Fire Bro.
Yeah, opting for the star power, maybe not the smartest decision on that one.
Green Shy Guy ultimately cut out. As Red Toad comes at the plate with Dixie on deck. Comes the pitch and a nice hit going all the way back to that wall. Nice single. Get Yellow Pianta on deck. Dixie now at the plate. It's going to be a strike to start. And there's a hit. That's what it goes. Mid-center field. Good for a single.
Big opportunity. See if they'll be able to keep the lead rolling or if this is going to be a double play chance. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Got lucky that Red Toad made the quick reaction, though.
Quick reflexes there from the Yellow Toad at third base. That was absolutely impressive. As Red Drybones goes into mid-right field there. It's going to be bases loaded.
I would give anything in the world to hear the third base coach as you saw Red Toad make the round and Daisy, with how fast she shot it back to home, just went, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay back here.
1-1 the count here. The 2 outs at the top of the second.
This could be a Denny's dinger if we see Koopa be able to put this one out of here.
And it's going to at least go all the way back and out.
Tough one with no warning track and tough to leave 3 on base like that, but at least they still maintain the lead, but we enter the bottom of the second. And plenty of chances.
Some fun baseball facts.
Sure.
So, at Comerica Park, there used to be this path between pitcher's mound and home plate. It was called the keyhole. It was originally designed for cricket. It was the last park until this season that had that keyhole.
Oh, that actually is a pretty sick fact. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep.
That being said, cricket sucks. Go on to baseball, nerds. Fuck you in the UK. All right, anyway, I've got that out of my system.
Wow. Absolutely savage. As we go to the green Shy Guy with Green Toad on deck. Actually doing pretty well here pitching today.
And now that you've said that, the commentary curse is going to kick in and a home run's about to happen. Green Toad's just going to launch this one into the stratosphere.
1-0 the count. That's going to be good for at least a single.
You
Oh,
couldn't
no,
put
it's
that
going to be a
further
good double there. As Green Shy Guy is got to stay at third.
Yeah, once again, I think this is I want the third base count. We're going to ask one of our production assistants if they're able to do that. It's kind of crazy at how fast that they've been pivoting.
Toad out here at the plate with a yellow Toad on deck. That's going to be a foul ball.
And that foul ball would have been a home run, too.
Just on the other side of that line, wasn't it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, the spin out is there. They're still down 1. Good news for Bowser and his minions. Bad news for New York Mets.
And that's going to be a quick out there to start the inning.
Synergy pays off for that one. Now it's time for Bowser. See if he launches this one on out of here. Once again,
go ahead.
2 home runs of the series so far.
The wind up, and there it goes, a big hit. That's going all the way out. As Green Noki catches it.
Yeah, great diving play from Green Noki. That could have been a dangerous double.
Camera Bro here at the plate. Play gets Fire Bro at the mound.
Oh my God.
Big catch there for the big Pianta. My goodness.
Let me tell you how we're in the World Series, Acorns, because you see 2 straight diving plays like that. Insane work from the defense to keep that ball on out of here.
That's going to be a nice play to first as it's going to be out. Now, my man of the series here.
Shut your mouth.
I
Oh
was
my
doing
God.
just fine until you spoke.
Another Pianta with another powerful play.
I was talking just fine until you spoke.
You were.
Threw me off my game.
Pat, actually, I really like how you said that. The Delfino dives. That's
That's a team for next season.
Oh, wait. Oh, we just had 2 straight sets of at-bats where there were more than 2 dives on each team. This is insane defense, and I love it.
Green Magic Koopa with a nice single going to first.
Yeah, exactly to what Dax said. And if you want to, for the YouTubers, you want to be a part of this, wait.
Oh, wait a second. No, foul ball.
If you want to be part of the YouTube track, you can check us out here, Exclamation Point YouTube in the Twitch chat. Or if you're here at the VOD, comment down below and say hello. Oh?
It's going to be now. Oh, safe.
Yeah, bad call to throw it over to second, especially because that just gave everybody a great shot, but a fantastic down-the-line shot.
What is... Okay. I was like, what is Green Magic Koopa doing?
Debating. At second like that, you're not going to tag the run. You want to stay back so you're not trying to scare yourself. And Green Noki with a lot of action over in left field. And look at the amount of eggs that we have seen in the scoring since the first inning.
This is just the opposite of the last game. It's crazy. Last game was all dingers. This is just, again, as I said, a pitching clinic.
Well, I would actually argue this is contributing to pitching, but man, I'm going to give the flowers to all the defense right now. There has just been everyone, and I mean everyone, has just been laying out.
I mean, look at that heat that I just saw thrown though. Like, come on.
Yeah, Dixie Kong with a great reputation to throw a little bit of heat. I actually personally like the changeups that Dixie Kong throws.
Big hit for the Red Pianta, but it's ultimately out. As we go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 in favor of Bowser and his minions.
Well, I would say given the reputation of both batting teams, I really think that they need to step up and at least score something this time around. And this is a great start to put a double on the plate for Koopa.
My goodness. Paratroopa, Koopa at the plate. Oh, that's going to be caught out by Daisy at the shortstop. And now Bowser is here to talk.
Oh!
Talk his talk, talk his walk over the fence for a 2-run homer.
To the fans in section 103, they're having themselves a ball game so far. That's the second home run that's landed in that section, and they have got to be loving it so far as Bowser and his minions finally doubled their score with that great home run from Bowser.
Hammer Bro here at the plate now with a nice hit that's going just a bit outside of center field. Green Magic Koopa now at the plate with Red Toad on deck. Vibro with a nice pitch. It's 0-2 the count. Foul ball there from the Green Magic Koopa. And it's going to be out.
I think the way I'm going to put that one is that was a great on-speed pitch to wrap that one up. Just outside of the wand, all that stuff. All they need is two more outs, and we tie the series 1-1.
That's going to be at least good for a single there from the Green Toad. As Toadette comes up to plate with Yellow Toad on deck.
Yeah, we are at the top of the lineup now with Toadette, so this could be dangerous. If they let them get to Fire Bro, I think this game goes to the New York Mets.
That's good for at least a single.
If you're ever going to ask more in the world for a double play, this is going to be your moment to have it.
Well, maybe Toadsworth will finally show up tonight. The pitch. That's going to be a nice hit going all the way. Caught. Oh, that's good. That's good as Green Toad is coming in to home, and he's going to be caught out.
Oh my God, Bowser just saved them right there. But keep in mind, Toadsworth has had this exact clutch moment before, and I'm a little nervous right now.
That's going to be good for one. 4-2.
Yeah, 2 is all that they need, and we are about to enter what I believe is going to be Daisy up to bat next. Yep, Fire Bro after that. So I really mean this. I think you need the out right now, or this is game over.
The pitch. Nice change up there from Dixie. That's a big one. That's going to be good. That's in the park. It's coming home for Yellow Toad. Toadsworth making his way around, and he's going to be caught out. That's the game.
No. Toadsworth, not enough wheels, and that's got to kill him because that, if he stayed on, would have been Fire Bro up next. I don't know what the third base coach was thinking, but that third base coach is a bum.
New York Mets must be sweating so hard at the end there, ultimately amounting to nothing. Bowser with the MVP.
I can't believe this, and of course they're going to deserve it because let me take care of that in just a second for you, Froggy. I just saw your message. Let me get the screenshots in. Bowser more than deserved it at that one, especially for the fact that they gave, was that 2 home runs in that game, or was that just the one at the end? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was 2.
Okay.
I think it was 2.
Eight hits for Bowser and his minions. The New York Mets come up with 10.
All right, there we go.
Something interesting to look at there was Bowser and his minions came up with the 2 at the beginning excuse me, and then the 2 at the end, just holding steady for a good 3 innings.
Well, again, it was the defensive dominance that we saw on both sides of the field. It was kind of crazy
100%.
to me how quickly that they made these just insane diving plays. It was like it was like they were on a completely different level defensively, which really makes me excited to see what Game 3 is going to bring to the table.
And we'll be coming up on Game 3 here in just a bit as Jordan gets that set up for us.
Acorns, we're split 1-1 so far, so your Game 5 prediction is still alive. I just realized I never officially made my prediction for Bowser and his minions. I was going to call in 6 was going to be my prediction.
6 for Bowser and his minions?
6, and it'll be going to Bowser and his minions. Yep, that was my
All
thoughts. I don't know how successful I will be. I'm like Charles Barkley when it comes to predictions. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But we have the next game ready to go. Game 3. This is a home game now for Bowser and his minions. Keep in mind, so we're going to go over to Wario's Palace for a little bit of garlic celebration.
Now, if you're really Charles Barkley, can I ask how you feel about the folks of San Antonio?
Them big old women down in San Antonio.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, them women down in San Antonio.
Oh, gosh. For anybody that is not like a regular sports fan like we are, they are like, what the hell are you talking about? Was Charles Barkley making fun of women's sizes?
He was.
Yes.
He was, in fact.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, my God. Yellow Toad.
Just the other side of the foul ball line. 0-1 the count here. The 1 out in the top of the first. As Dixie winds up. Nice pitch. That hit's going to split. And it's going to be Yellow Toad over to a single. Goes with time now with Daisy on deck. Not amounting to a whole lot. So it's going to be looking at a double play there as we go to the bottom of the first.
First 3 knocked out, last 3 in. So let's see what the bottom of the first is going to bring now for Bowser and his minions off of the momentum of the win last time.
Only 1 hit so far in this inning. As Fire Bros throwing some absolute dirty heat. That one's going to connect, and it's going to go off to the right side. A single from Red Tribones. Another dinger. That's going to go over the wall for a 2-run home runner.
We're going to give the little Koopa trot as he sees that one right over the right field line. I cannot believe that was almost practically a line drive to shoot that thing over. So great work from Koopa to get that one over.
0-2 in favor of Bowser and his minions here. The bottom of the first, Game 3 of the World Series of the Mario Mania League, as Paracoopa puts one right up center, going for a single. Bowser here to talk again. Daddy Homer swings and he misses. 0-2 the count. There's one that splits it right up to the left side of the field there. And it's going to be a single, runner on second as Harmer Bro comes up to the plate.
Yeah, I think I would call him Harmer Bro after that one too, especially with last set over at Mario Stadium, putting a dinger out there. I'm interested to see if this will continue.
You just like to point out when I just screw up a word ever so slightly.
It's just the fun banter behind it. It's honestly fun. You do a great job, though.
Dare you. Thank you. Green Magic Koopa putting one up to the left side of the field there as coming home. No, he's not. He's out.
Yeah, not really sure. This is the second time we've seen somebody have a grounder go directly to the left fielder and think that they could just casually run home.
Red Toad here, not finding anything he likes.
Yeah, questionable inside call on that one.
I know, that was like real close. And it's going to get hit by the changeup there. As that one goes left and out. We go to the top of the second.
Yeah, puts 2 runs on the board, and we saw this exactly happen last time. We'll see if that 2 runs is going to be enough in the next few innings.
Daisy hits one right up the center there, and she's going to make it a double just barely. as Fire Bro comes up to the plate with Green Noki on deck. The pitch and the hit. It's good. That's going to be good for a single.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is just a quick shot like that from Fire Bro. Let's see if Green Noki might be able to step up and hit one out of the park.
Red Piazza on deck. So we start 1-0 the count. Way outside the box there. Almost hitting Green Noki, quite frankly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And she might
3-0.
just walk him here. Nope, that connects. And that's good for another run coming home. 1-2. Oh, this might be good. Oh, that was weird.
It got a little scary. You saw the chain chomp really get excited over there and was lucky to get it out of their hands just enough in time. Otherwise, that could have been catastrophic.
Red Piazza here now on plate with Green Shy Guy on deck as Red Piazza connects on that one. It's going to be caught out by the paratrooper in the outfield. Green Toad now on deck. Gonna be bases loaded here thanks to the Green Shy Guy.
And we leave it to Green Toad, who doesn't have I don't think has a home run to their name this season. Excuse me, they have one.
Dixie with the changeup here, but it connects on it, and that's gonna be out at first.
Big diving play from Bowser, but not without a cost, as that one does let a run in.
Yellow Toad on deck as Toadette connects on that one. It's going to be Green Noki coming home. They're making it 3-2 New York Mets.
Yeah, trying to spend a little bit too much time conjuring the magic for that one, as that was an easy opportunity to get Green Shy Guy. Doesn't get that, lets it run in, and then can't throw it over to Toadette in time. That is a tough one.
My man of the series, Toadsworth, on deck as Yellow Toad connects on that one. So it's going to be cut out as we go to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, good momentum shifter for the New York Mets to finally put themselves on the board.
0-1 to start here. Going out to right field as Dixie makes it a single. Yellow Pianta here now. That's going to go left.
Oh,
And look at that. Green Noki hit by the changeup as Dixie comes into home, making it 3-3. Knotted here.
you see the benefit of driving it right down the line, especially when changeup is awake and well. This time, Green Noki getting the bad end of the stick and getting just drilled by changeup, leaving the door wide open for Dixie Kong to get a run in and tie the ball game.
Red Drabones here, not the plate. Connects on that one, going up to the left field. Makes it a single. Red Coopy now at the plate and here to bat. That's going to be a strike to start. 0-1 the count here at the bottom of the second. Game 3.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
Mario
duplicate
Mini
the
League World
last
Series.
at-bat from Red Koopa, where he threw that one right on over to the right field fence.
And that one's going all the way back, and it's going to be a foul ball. 0-2 the count. Let's get one out here. That's going to be a hit going just up center field there as Yellow Panther comes home, making it 3-4 Bowser and his minions.
Yep, way to regain the lead just shortly after losing it. Good little exchange back and forth on runs so far, and so far not looking like a sign of stopping as we have Bowser up to the plate.
1-0 the count here so far with Bowser. Strike. Here comes the windup. Doesn't connect on it. Connects on that one, and that's going to go all the way back. And 3-run homer for Bowser and
his minions.
Bowser just made a home run number 4 in the series for him, and that one was more than deserving as he brings 2 more of his friends back on home. And let me tell you something. How do you gain confidence in your team? You let Bowser have the goddamn baseball.
I think at this point, he's going to get series MVP, in my opinion.
Well, especially if he keeps up the attitude like that, I think there's more than capable of a chance for it.
Daisy now pitching. As Hammer Bro connects on that one, it's going to go all the way back and right to the wall as well as Hammer Bro comes around to second, made it a nice double. Great match could be here at the plate now. Connects on that one, and it's going to go right and back and caught out.
Oh, too quick of a run. If you notice Hammer Bro, it looked like he was going to try to tag. Ran too early, so he had to run it back. That sucks for them.
And just goes right over the head of Daisy. That was real dangerous.
Yeah, you kind of saw the pause at third and then realized they easily had the chance. Good call and good base running decision making.
As it could be a good single there, making Dixie over there at first, and safe there for Red Toad at third. This might have been a bad pitching change for the New York Mets, quite frankly.
Yeah, Daisy has a great star power, but I don't know if she's necessarily one of the greatest pitchers here in the Mario Mania League.
Here comes the pitch. Red Redbugs connects on that, going to first as Dixie going all the way to home. And it's going to be 3-10. Bowser and his minions.
Well, we're having a little deja vu. The start of last series was the New York Mets as a dominating offensive tear. And now it's time for, wait a minute.
Wait, is it? No, it just goes to the wall. That's still going to be good for another run, 3-11.
As a reminder, we're bottom of the second. They get 2 more runs. We are mercy ruling in this one, which is a crazy statement. And as soon as I say that, a line drive over to Red Pianta. Bummer.
Go to the top of the third here. Let's get Toadsworth on. 1-0 the count. And that's going to be a foul ball. Two on the count. The next one is going to be caught out at first, though. Daisy now at the plate. That's going to be out. Sorry,
Right.
strike.
Nice change of pace on that change up there.
The pitch. And it's going to be out.
New York Mets are really going to need a little rejuvenation, and who better to bring it in front of them is Fire Bro. That ball is out of here.
There it goes. Home run from the Fire Bro.
Nearly, if we were at Mario Stadium, that would have been a second decker is how far he hit that one. And I was just saying, who do you need more than anybody right now to have this offensive surge? While it's only a solo shot, that could still be just enough momentum to keep the bats rolling at 2 outs.
Great Nelke here at the plate now. The windup, and it's going to be 1-1. Nice change up there from Dixie, but ultimately leading to a ball. That's going to be a nice hit off the left side of the park there. It's going to be a single.
Little star power never hurt anybody on that one.
2 outs here at the top of the third. As Red Pietro connects to that one, it's going to be ultimately a foul ball.
Bit of a scary moment for that one, as that one was easily out of here.
Indeed it was. Nice, dirty change up there from Dixie. 1-2 the count. Bottom third we go. Jordan, thoughts so far?
Well, I think this has been a offensive dominance from Bowser and his minions, and you can clearly see the New York Mets are still trying to warm up to get to that point. Start with a double from Bowser, and this is just what I was saying earlier. I don't know if there is an end in sight or if we're about to see some craziness out of Bowser's minions this round.
As Hammer Bro hits one, that's going to be just a little bit to the left of center field as Bowser comes in home, making it 4-12. Now it's Green Magic Koopa's turn to hit some dingers, but there's ultimately a ball to start off with. Red Toad on deck. Two on the count so far.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've really had the conversation of having a team still be as close as they are to the Mercy Rule in the third inning.
That is wild to think about. Dixie on deck as Red Toad is just out. Clearly out.
Lucky on the line drive that they were not able to convert, but man, that was way too close for comfort.
Yellow Pianta on deck. With the floater of a changeup there from Daisy. Which was outside the box. The pitch. And out she goes.
Yeah, tough to watch that one all the way through like that.
Red Dragbone's on deck. Dirty pitch there right down the middle. As the Yellow Pianta connects on that one, but unfortunately to be caught out at first as we go to the top of the fourth.
Yeah, solid execution to keep them from scoring any harder than they needed to on that one.
Green Shy Guy, nice hit, but it's going to be a foul ball off the left side. The pitch. Ball. Green Shy Guy connects to that one to be cut out by the paratrooper. As Green Toad comes up the plate with Toadette on deck. Got one out here in the top of the fourth. Game 3 of the Mario Mania League World Series.
And right now they need to get bats off of the shoulders at this moment. 2-2 count for Green Toad.
That's going to go to the glove of Red Toad.
Hate to say it in such a sarcastic way like this, but to win this one, you got to stop hitting it directly at your opponent.
Great advice, Jordan.
Well, that just seems to be the trend these last 2 innings here.
Yellow Toad now at the plate with Toadsworth on deck. As Yellow Toad connects, but it's caught out by Bowser as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Well, 2 runs is all that they need, and based on how they've batted so far, this looks like it is a possibility as we are at the top of the lineup here.
1 on the count. There's a hit that connects to the left side, but to be a foul ball. Swing and a miss there. As the Red Koopa's now at the plate with the Pear Koopa on deck. 1 on the count. Connects that one, and it might just be going all the way over the wall for a nice home run for the Red Koopa.
Bring it to the home stadium, and Koopa Troopa is ready to rock this one out. Another dinger over to right field to put his team up, and within 1 for the Mercy Rule. If I'm the new New York Mets in Rumpton right now, I'm sweating a little bit.
I mean, he's probably been sweating since game 2, quite frankly, based on that one.
Well, I think Rumpton in general is just a sweaty individual, so.
Well, I've only met him twice, once. I don't remember being sweaty.
Yeah, I might be making that up. Journalistic integrity, I got to make sure I acknowledge that one.
Fair enough. As Bowser hits a ball off to the foul ball territory, it's going to be 0-2 the count. So we go to the top of the 5th.
I've never in my life been so nervous for a Mercy Rule like that situation. But keep in mind, we no longer have that opportunity as the New York Mets need to score either 9 runs or this is going to be Bowser and his Minions 2, New York Mets 1.
In which case, my prediction is in the trash. Toadsworth has just not shown up today during this series at all.
Well, I would have to disagree. He showed up on the defensive side, but has not had any offensive production so far. I completely agree with that one.
As Daisy makes her way to second base for a nice double. Barbara at the plate now. Big Poppy striking out to start. As he connects on that one, and it's unfortunately going to be on the other side of that line, and hits the changeup right in the head.
Yeah, pretty aggressive behavior on that one. That would have been a little concerning. Barbaro not going for his typical power shot was a little bit surprising, especially with what was at stake. Don't know if he just thinks this is time to wrap it up or not.
Noki now at the plate. With Red Pieta on deck. 0-2 the count to start so far. The pitch. It's going to be just outside the box. Ball. Another pitch. It's going to be out. And that is the game, folks. 4-13 here in Game 3 of the Mario Mania League World Series.
This just in, the New York Mets' GM Rumpton is looking to sue me for calling him sweaty, claiming defamation. I am formally retracting my statements to ensure that this is not how this is going to go out.
Red Koopa with the MVP.
Well, after 2 home runs the way that he did, I'd give him the MVP too. That was more than deserved on his spectacular performance that he gave in there.
10 hits to Bowser and its Minions, 20 hits.
Yeah, not much you can do when you
Just
lose 13-4.
Stellar performance.
The real question here, Acorns, is do you think that a performance like that is the knife that is going to bleed out the New York Mets, or is this going to end up being their surgence and their opportunity to take this next one?
You know, man, I don't know.
I ask good questions.
So far, it's you do ask good questions. It's been the complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen at the start of these games. Quite frankly,
I agree. It's been kind of wild that they've been trading back and forth as much as they have. I think if they, as in the Bowser and his Minions, are able to take this next one at home, I think they have their number. I think that the New York Mets need to take this next game. Otherwise, this could look to be pretty scary to see if they can't come back from this then.
I will say, as I kind of mentioned in the pregame there, that in the Bowser and his Minions, they have more consistent big hitters compared to just the one big one in Toadsworth that I pointed out on the New York Mets team.
Right.
Those are the ones that are carrying this team.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
100%.
Well, the game is ready to go. Players are ready to enter the field again as we're off to Wario's Palace. Acorns, are you ready for Game 4?
Let's do the thing. And that thing being baseball.
Let's do the thing. That thing, baseball.
Let's do that hockey, as they say.
Let's do hockey.
Have you never seen that sketch?
I probably have. I'm just forgetting it at this current moment.
Play ball!
Toad at the start of the rotation here. Yellow Toad on deck. And Bob's going to catch that first one at outs.
Shortstop second base getting a lot of line drives at him. Holy shit!
Oh,
a yellow
here we
Toad.
go. Here we go. Dinger City population yellow Toad.
Somebody hit the goddamn alarm clock over here. The New York Mets have just woken up with a shot from Yellow Toad, who you don't normally say anything about that because that's his second home run of the season.
Let's see if Toadsworth can follow up as he goes 1-0 here to start. He didn't do what he was supposed to.
Yeah, bit of a stinker to go over to Yellow Pianta. We're on 2 outs now.
0-1 to start the count here for Daisy. And she swings and misses on that one. And swinging out completely. We go to the bottom of the first.
Yeah, hitting nothing but air on that one from Daisy. Now it's time to see what Red, Dry Bones, and the Bowser Tasmanians are going to be able to do now.
Interesting swing that Red Dry Bones has, where he's just gangsta leaning after the swing.
I mean, why not?
Just doesn't seem very productive. And
okay,
I'm sure his
Donkey Kong
chiropract-
uses a glove. Frankly speaking, don't worry about any of the logic that's here at the Mario Mania League.
I'm just saying, if I was his chiropractor, I'm just saying. As Swear Trooper is at the plate here, hits a nice foul ball at the left field. 0-2 the count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Tough spin out. Bowser's minions get held to 0. And now it's time for Fire Bro, who has been on fire in this series so far, I would say. Except for the clutch moments.
Do you think Skeletons needs chiropractors or no?
Well, I mean, it's the easiest chance to see their actual bones crack.
Fair.
Instead
Great
of
Noki to play.
moving them in an awkward situation, you could just touch the actual bones and be like, hey, you're going to feel this.
Red Pianta at the plate now. Caught out there by the Yellow Pianta.
Yeah,
Go to the bottom of the
sensational
second.
Yellow Pianta play, and I think Acorns is still thinking about skeleton chiropractics.
Listen, I did go to the chiropractor today, so.
They actually, if you're just a skeleton, they call it boning, not chiropractor. Oh, what you're not going to cricket at is Bowser getting a nice single off of that one.
Sure am not. Hammer Bro at the play now with Green Magic Koopa on deck. That's going to be caught. Oh, that's an error right there.
Well, again, it kind of plays that logic we talked about before, that because of the dive, technically it doesn't get charged as an error because it's basically like an extraneous player, however you want to describe it.
Green Magic Koopa.
Giving you the
Nice hit.
actuallys, but the actually of Red
Oh!
Pianta. What in the world? Another diving play. The Delfino Dives are once again at it.
I'm telling you, one of these teams has to have that name next season. I swear. It's a good name.
Should be up for grabs.
Red Toad, nice one. Going all the way back. That's going to be caught out by the Green Noki, though.
Practically had to slid into the wall for that one from Green Noki. Great stuff to keep that one alive. That easily was scoring Bowser if that one had hit the wall.
Pitch for Fire Bro. 0-2 the count with 2 outs at the bottom of the second. Game 4. The Mario Mini League World Series.
This is where things get interesting now. Yellow Pianta up to plate and just needs a simple single in order to tie this ball game up.
Yellow Pianta connects in that one as he goes for a single. Bowser coming home, making it a 1-1 game.
Sometimes all you got to do is just keep it simple. Right between second base and first base, it's going to be an easy one to score Bowser in. We tie the ball game up. 2 outs still.
Red Dry Bones here at the plate now with Red Koopa on deck. Makes a nice hit off to the right field, and it's going to be top of the third.
Yeah, easy pickings. Still tied the ball game up now. And let's see what the bottom of the lineup over for the new New York Mets is going to bring us.
Connects there, making all the way up the center field. They're fielded by the Red Toad. That's going to be Green Shaga with a single. Green Toad here just absolutely swinging out. Another one, -3, and he's out. Toad out here now at the plate with Yellow Toad on deck. Nice dirty curve there from Dixie. She winds up for a nice strike. 1-1. Be a foul ball. And it's going to be, the single play there.
Yeah, Bowser waited a little too long for Yellow Pianta to get back onto the base. That could have been a double play.
Bob the third we go. Jordan, we're halfway in. What do you think?
So far, tight game. It's very funny how we are literally running into the same exact scenario as it was in game 1 and 2, where it was a crazy offensive surge to the first game. Second game has really started to talk about its defense. Let's see what happens and if this will be deja vu again.
Big man up to the plate.
Yeah,
Daddy Dingers.
we could be looking for home run number 5.
And that's going to be caught out by the Green Noki. Top of the fourth we go.
Yeah, there was a famous song once before that was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Top of the fourth we go. Well, there's no drinking on this one, at least to my knowledge. I mean, you could have a beer if you want to, Acorns. We don't test for that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. But it is a weekday. I try not to. As Green Magic Koopa fields it over to second.
Well, the dangerous sign. We saw this happen before. 3-run homer with Fire Bro up to plate. Big Poppy could have a big moment.
Connects in that one. Goes splitting between third and second. Good for a single at least. Green Noki now at the plate. With Red Pianta on deck. Oh, nice big catch there by Bowser at shortstop.
Bowser having that tendency lately to just make some great hustles. That's another one to their pole. And we're going to go back and see if the sec fly is going to work out.
Ooh, Toadsworth coming in clutch on that one. Sneaks his way into home.
Yeah, great hustle just to time that one perfectly. While Bowser had a great laser, had plenty of time to get back, and now they finally regain the lead.
Green Shy Guy's turn now, starting off with a strike. As Green Toad is warming up on deck. Connects there, sending it off to left field as Daisy comes in home, making it 3-1 New York Mets.
A little questionable not hitting the relay on that one, just given that Red Koopa Troopa does not have a great arm all the way out there. Pays off for the New York Mets, but they got to stop now because the way that they've been hitting bats on this one, this could be the New York Mets again.
Toad it on deck. A nice hit off to right field. As we got one coming into home there.
Another great score. It seems to be a common pattern to drill that one right down the line. Man, that could have been additional runs if they didn't get it out in time with that chop.
Toadette on deck now with Yellow Toad. I'm sorry, excuse me. Toadette on.
Toadette on, Yellow Toad on next. I got you.
You knew what I was putting down there.
But Yellow Toad's going to start the next inning as we now see if Bowser and his minions can bring a comeback.
Hammer Bros' turn. As he splits one on the left side. Made a single. Green Magic Koopa now. Then a little ball off the left field. Connects in that one. It's going to be caught by the Whirlybird.
Over to center field. Oh, the robbery. And they're going to get a double play because Hammer Bro did not know what to do in that situation. He thought he had the clear.
Nice catch there by Daisy. Sending it to the first. Big play out. Top of the fifth.
If you could have a more sensational defensive performance on that one, Well, good luck trying to find it, because that one was a great play to enter into the 5th with the lead. Let's see if they're going to be able to get some insurance.
Toadsworth now's turn to get that insurance, and he's going to go up right field there, making himself a nice single as Daisy's chance to shine. Dixie with the pitch, and he's going to connect on that one, and it's going to be caught out, unfortunately, out by the Koopa.
Yeah, got close, but no cigar. This is now a big moment for Fire Bro, as they could increase the lead.
Bowser catches it out, sent into first. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th.
Well, 3 runs has been realistic for Bowser and his minions to come back from, but based on how the games have gone so far, we may be looking at a split 2-2. Oh my God!
Whoa!
Yellow Toad, I thought that thing was clearly behind him. No, he said, nope, I got it.
Yellow Pianta, center, out to left field. As Red Dry Bones comes at the plate. Sends one right to Red Pianta, and that's the game. 4-1. 2-2 this series. Knotted. Game 5 up next.
This has been crazy to see so far. We think the New York Mets have a dominating offensive surge, and we're thinking they got this one in the bag. We move on to the next one, and it's Bowser and his minions getting out with a good squeaking victory. Next up, we go over to Froggy Dojo's palace, and we see how all of a sudden Bowser and his minions borderline mercy rule the New York Mets, and we're thinking this thing's all wrapped up. And then we go to the next game, and that's the New York Mets having a great surge in the 4th inning to be able to put themselves back in the conversation. We now split 2-2 here in the World Series, and I got to tell you, man, this is crazy to say the least here.
You are right, sir. Indeed. This is not what I expected at all. My prediction, already out the window. In the trash.
And honestly speaking, mine has a significantly lower percentage chance of happening here. But nonetheless, we split 2-2. We're about to go into game 5 here so far. But before we do that here, Acorns, what are your impressions so far? We've talked about the keys to victory being Toadsworth's performance as one of the contributing factors outside of their superstars. But he hasn't had a great game so far, to say the least.
Nope, not at all. They for the New York Mets, the keys so far, Fire Bro, Daisy,
yep,
and to some extent, maybe Toadette. Those are the ones that that have been sticking out in my head at least.
Keep in mind, Yellow Toad earned the MVP from last time because they started out strong and actually got a home run off of it. There was a question in chat I'll mention to here is, did the new Mets get a home run? They did. Yellow Toad got the MVP for that thanks to their stellar performance on that one. We're about to enter game 5, and as a reminder, the format was 2-2-1-1-1. So now, as we keep progressing into the games, we're going to keep trading off the home turf at this point. With Rumpton having the best record, he started out with it, and he'll finish it if it comes to that point. So now we're going to go back to Mario Stadium and the New York Mets here. Acorns, I have things ready to go on my side. Do you have things ready to go on your side?
Let's do that baseball.
All right. Baseball is ready. Let's get set as we are ready to go. Looks like there's a small hiccup with the performance on the game. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Well, it looks like the game just could not be read.
Yeah, we'll sort that one out in just a second. All right, we're going to go ahead and sort that out here. We're going to actually cut to a really fast BRB just to get things sorted out here, chat. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get things fixed up right now. Game 5 coming at you here in just a moment. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with our great lineup here over at the Mario Mania League. It is me, Jordan B. Joining alongside with us is the Acorns. We have Game 5 prepared and ready to rock and roll here. But before we get to that point, Acorns, I gotta know, if I give you a chance to redo your prediction, would you change who you're cheering for now? Or would you stick with your guns and say, I think this is still going to be the New York Mets taking the win?
I'm going to switch, actually. I know it's like the cop-out, but I just feel like there's so many heavy hitters in Bowser and his minions. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I take back what I said.
Yeah, and Acorns, of course, will now be known as the Pancake after his flip-flopping here on his predictions. We are ready to go with our next game as we have the New York Mets going back home to Mario Stadium to see what they have in store. Game 5 coming at you here live at Level Up for Charity. Check us out over on YouTube. You can check out the full playlist and everything. Exclamation point YouTube. Do check out all the fun and exciting stuff. Looks like they just threw it over at our Nightbot. Thank you. We appreciate you, Nightbot. Red Dry Bones up to plate to start.
So the first pitch there from Firebro. It's going to be a nice single. Red Koopa here at the plate now with Paracoopa on deck. Nice double play there from Daisy over to Toadsworth.
Yeah, I think Dry Bones got caught with his bony pants down, as that one was tough that he decided to just run on forward, not realize that Daisy had an easy shot to go get that one.
Single there from the Paracoopa as the big man himself, Bowser, trying to do his talk again. And it's going to be silence as it goes foul ball. The pitch. And it's going to split and be a single. Runner on first and second.
Earlier in the series, we saw Hammer Bro have one of his several home runs of the season here at Mario Stadium. Let's see if he's going to be able to bring it back.
Nope. Let's go to the bottom of the first.
Perfect way to eloquently say that one. The New York Mets now up to plate. Once again, Game 7, or a 7-game series, as we're in Game 5.
Yellow Toad here at the plate with Toadsworth on deck. As Dixie throws the one way outside the box. That one went right up the middle. It's going to be a fair ball, touching just on the other side of the foul ball line. Taking it way too long to get fielded as it gets to be a double.
Might need a tennis professional to assess that one. That was how close to the line is that one.
You are not wrong. I was like, man, that was close. Closer comfort than you wouldn't care, but no, it doesn't care. Paracoopa catching that one out. Daisy now at the plate. Be a ball to start. 2-0 count here. First strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
It's like Yellow Toad trying to sneak off the plate a little extra.
The pitch. Connects on that one as it's going to go just right at center field. As Yellow Toad comes home, making it an 0-1 New York Mets.
Well, 0-1's all they're going to get out of that one, as Daisy really thinking that she could get a triple out of that. Caught pretty easily over at third base. A little too greedy, a little too risky, as that one now leaves the door open for Bowser and his minions to only come back from one run.
Great Magic Koopa up first with Red Toad on deck. Comes the pitch from Firebro. Going up left side there. It'll be a single. Red Toad here. Connects to that one, and it's going all the way back to the corner. As Green Magic Koopa makes his way to third. It's going to be a good time for all involved.
Red Toad having a phenomenal series so far. Nearly getting yet another home run out of that one. puts Green Magic Koopa with no outs in scoring position.
Dixie now at the plate here with Yellow Pianta on deck. There's going to be a hit and then caught out by Daisy.
Yeah, great
Shortstop.
defense from Daisy over at second base so far. In general, shortstop and second base have just been prominent in both teams so far.
Nice big hit from the Yellow Pianta as it's going all the way back and over for a comeback homer.
That ball went not first deck, second deck for Yellow Pianta. I still can't believe I'm saying that exact sentence, that Yellow Pianta just had a freaking 3-run shot on the second deck. What is happening right now?
That one went to the cheap seats there, Jordan, as red dry shell, red, oh my God.
Red dry bones. Yep, you got it. You'll get there eventually.
Red dry shell.
I mean, technically that is true. He does have a very dry shell by that argument.
Someone get him some aloe vera because he's dry.
He didn't get sunburnt. I mean, yeah, he's in the lava, but he's not sunburnt.
I mean, he still might need it, you know, as he comes around to third there.
Big moment as Bowser is ready to see if he can put another one out there into the outfield.
Here comes the pitch. Connects to that one, and it's going back and out for the 3-run home.
Yellow Pianta at 9-hole had a 3-run homer, and Bowser said, bitch, I can do that just the same exact way. Launches it over to right field, and it makes this lead a 6-1. Comfortable moment for Bowser and his minions.
As I told you before the start of this Game 5 here, there are so many heavy hitters on that Bowser and his minions team. Case in point.
Yep, couldn't agree with you more there, Pancake, as we now have Fire Bro up to the plate.
Shut up.
That was just a baited question. I was curious if you're going to flip, because...
Listen, if you're going to call me anything, call me Pete Rose, but also don't call me late for dinner.
Oh,
as
God.
Fire Bro
Did you predict?
swings out.
Did you put your prediction money down? Is that what you're saying? Good
Green
grief.
don't get out the plate. Listen, maybe I shouldn't say this on the air. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll respect it. This is the 5th straight strike, and now I just had to acknowledge it. That's all that needed to happen for Dixie Kong. Oh,
Screw it. I'll say it. The hockey team I used to work for, we used to bet on them.
I mean, what were you going to do in the position that you were in? Let's be real.
Well, here's what we did. We'd all guess the score. We put cash down on it.
Yeah, that's not. They're not gonna. We're not gonna call the cops on you for that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. I've also haven't been there in a decade. So
Yep. We do need to talk about your crippling gambling addiction, though. Bottom of the second, New York Mets need to start getting some offensive power going.
listen, I'll pay you back later.
Oh, okay.
Green Toad on deck. Swing and a miss.
Yep, it's going to start the next inning, as now we have Bowser and his minions coming off an insanely hot top of the second.
Big hit at the middle there as Green Magic Koopa makes it a single.
We are actually sponsored by Draft Mushroom Kingdoms.
There we go. So I need to make that logo for us, please. I beg of you. I would totally wear that shirt as Red Toad hits one out and caught out by Toadette. We got one out here in the top of the third. Oh, that's not an error, is it?
No, it just came off the tip of that. It's close, but no cigar. 2 on base now with 1 out. Let's see what Yellow Pianta coming off of a home run. Still can't believe I'm saying that sentence.
Nope, foul ball. Oh, 2 the count with 1 out. Top of the third. 6-1. Bowser and his minions. Game 5.
What?
This one is going to be out again.
No way!
Yellow Pianta is getting the MVP for this game.
You have to be kidding me. Not 1, but 2 3-run homers. What the hell is happening? Yellow Pianta is just cracked out of his mind and is just bringing them back to glory on this one. He had 3 home runs this season before this series. What in the world is happening?
Here comes that questionable pitching change of Daisy again. But it seems like that's all New York Mets like to go to when they are struggling in that department.
Yeah, playoff Pianta. You've heard of playoff P from the NBA. This is playoff Pianta.
Barracuda on the plate. Bowser on deck. To be cut out by the Green Toad as we go to the bottom of the third.
It is crazy.
13 hits, by the way.
It's crazy to think, by the way, that the 6 out of 9 runs are from Yellow Pianta home runs, which, once again, I will reiterate, Yellow Pianta had 7 RBIs and 3 home runs this season and batted .444. This is just something you could not expect in the slightest.
Can't trust Delfino people.
Call them the Delfino Dingers after that one.
Delfino Dingers. That's another name. Monkey toss.
I have a joke, but I think I would get canceled very quickly if I said it, so we're not going to keep it on air.
Dixie curving it out there. Put one run over the plate there. 2-2 the count. Bottom of the third. The pitch connects, sending one right out the left side of the field. Going to be loaded bases. Dennis, I hear you calling. Give me that grand slam.
Grand Denny's may be in the cards. Toesworth has had a cold series so far.
Just a bit outside of the box. Toadsworth just proving he's been cold this entire series. Connects in that one, though, sending Green Toad home. Toad at home. And Yellow Toad just out.
Yeah, couldn't get all of the Toads in, but nonetheless, still a great job. Interesting
First time I've
swap.
seen Dixie swapped out, yeah.
Well, smart call, especially after all the crazy that was happening. Bowser now. First shot, it's just a missile. Daisy doesn't give a care.
Just cracked. Absolutely cracked as Toadsworth comes home. We get it 9-4. Here goes Big Poppy. Bowser just putting one fast over the plate. The pitch. It's just absolute dirty heat from the big man. Greenoki not the play. Change up there from Bowser. More heat connects in that one. Going all the way back. It's going to be a fair ball and making a single. 1-2 at the bases.
Bowser hasn't had a lot of pitching moments this season, but he is known to put a quick ball down the plate. You can clearly see that change has been a slight alteration here.
Pianta connects that one, and it's going to be caught out by the Paracupa as we go to the top of the fourth.
Well,
here in Game 5.
You chunked a little bit out of the lead on that one, but we start with Bowser, and I got to tell you, Acorns, I'm a little nervous.
I would be too.
For good reason.
Bowser's going to send another one just to the wall. Not over, just to it.
We got as close as you possibly could be to a home run.
Saw this replay from a game this past week where I gotta remember who it was, but someone caught the ball over the wall, and then like the fan realized that the ball was good. I think it was Mike Trout actually. They met afterwards and he apologized.
You know, I gotta tell you,
Hammer Bros strikes out.
I gotta tell you, my personal favorite baseball player is C. Bass. The brother, or cousin, excuse me, to Mike Trout.
I thought you were about to say Steve Bartman. I'm like, Okay. Okay.
Split on first and third. Red Toad now up to the plate.
Yeah, Mike Trout is still playing, surprisingly.
Yep, and still getting like $200 billion.
Hey, not everyone can be, what is his name? Bonita. As Red Toad sends one off to left field. Bowser comes home, making it 10-4.
Good save to avoid another catastrophe from Bowser and his minions. Great shot from Red Pianta to avoid another costly run.
Dixie now at the plate. Here comes a big pitch there from Daisy. Nice floater. Leading to a strike. Next one wants to be a foul ball.
Yeah, Dixie Kong's current use so far has just been a fan for how much that she has missed the ball over the course of this series.
Got a look at her earlier. Who's Bobby Bonilla. Former player for the Mets. He gets paid every July 1st until 2035.
Which is why they said, do you feel bonita? That's why. They're asking if you're getting paid constantly by an organization that they should have never done that deal.
Do you want to know the last time Bobby Bonilla played? It was October 2001.
That was also the last time that I had a fuck. Anyway, bottom of the fourth. Or fuck to give. Should have clarified. Butchered that joke. My bad.
That's all right. It's Green Toad. It's a foul ball up the right field. Another hit. Caught by the Barracuda. That was a fair ball. Single. Toad at the plate now. Will be caught by the yellow Piazza. On deck, Toadsworth. The pitch. Big catch there by Dixie Kong. So we go to the top of the fifth. 16 hits for Bowser and his minions.
It's surprising to me because there's been only 10 hits for the New York. Well, I should rephrase. There have been 10 hits so far for the New York Mets, and I'm actually kind of surprised that it hasn't really handled so far.
Red Dry Shell. On plate now.
Yeah, this program brought to you by Old Spice Moisturizing Body Wash.
Red Dry Shell.
Yeah, Rory caught what we didn't mention here on the broadcast. Third perfect hit from Yellow Pianta. Not a home run, but at least they landed on play or on base for a chance for Red Koopa to keep the ball rolling.
Base is loaded. Denny's
possible,
plate.
but Koopa Paratroopa has not had the same amount of luck so far. Really, I think have had 0 home runs. Yes, 0 home runs this season. And is going to continue that trend, but at least score 1.
11-4. 12-4.
Make that 12. Bowser has a chance to make this. I was going to say mercy rule, but they're at the top of it. That thing is out of here.
Boom, baby. That's 3 booms from Bowser.
And just to give you a visual description of what just happened right there, Chad, here's what happened. Boom, 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 boom. That thing gets 3 big booms for 3 big runs as it's 15-4. The mercy rule does not kick in until the bottom, which doesn't matter. We're in the 5th inning now. But man, what a message that Bowser and his minions are sending.
Red Pianta now on the mound. Starts off with a nice curve. The new strike.
That is 3 3-run home runs so far, Rory, to answer your question. 2 from Pianta. No, that is because Bowser had 1. Yellow Pianta. Holy crap. 4?
2.
4 3-run home runs. Bowser had 2.
No, but Yellow Pianta had 2.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Gives the pitch. Big hit from the Red Toad to go over right side, right field. As we have 1 coming into home. Green Magic Koopa's going to make his way to maybe another safe at 17-4.
I should point this out. There are no outs currently right now. So this looks like this is going to be a gashing, bleeding moment for the New York Mets.
Big catch there from Daisy. Stop making the first out. The top of the fifth.
Daisy put her at shortstop, put her at second. Doesn't matter. She still makes incredible plays so far this series.
On the count here so far.
No way!
As Yellow Piazza's going here.
Again. You've got to be kidding me! What the hell? What the hell is happening? There's no humanly possible way. He just had his entire season's worth of home runs in one game. What the hell is happening?
MVP.
What is happening? Oh my God!
MVP.
I don't know what to do. Oh my God!
As Red Dry Bones hits one up the right field to be called fair. Be a single.
I'm sorry. I can't commentate what I can't understand, and I can't understand that this man has had 3 home runs.
On the count here with 2 outs, top of the fifth. 19 for the score, by the way. That's a football score.
Yeah, right now, we're currently hoping and praying that this ends, and it finally does. Great play from Firebro to make that one happen, but my God. I hope that the record shows that Yellow Pianta was a different player this game and gets MVP, because if he doesn't, I want you to know I'm going to fire somebody that developed this game.
I don't think you have the power to do that.
I don't.
Daisy connects on that one, going up to left field. It's going to be a single. Big Poppy at the plate now. Bowser with a big pitch. It's going to be a changeup. Barbell can't find anything he likes. Connects in that one, and it's going to go just all the way to the back of center field, but it'll be caught out by the Red Toad.
Yeah, we just saw New York Mets' biggest hitter pop out on that one. And I don't know if there's going to be a lot of gusto left in the rest of this lineup. At this point, you have 15 runs to come back from. Let's just call it quits and try to get to Game 6.
The pitch. Big catch there by the Red Dry Bones, and that's going to be the game. Final score, 19-4 here in Game 5. I just want to go ahead and point out again how many hits that Bowser and his minions have, because it was an absurd amount. Of course, Yellow Pianta had the MVP. 26 hits to 12. Wow.
Acorns, I'd like to just say something real quick.
Go ahead, my friend.
I don't care what the hell happens the rest of this series. Yellow Pianta just changed my entire life tonight. I still can't believe. I still
Are you a Pianta
cannot.
believer?
I literally, one game makes me want to call him the Delfino Dinger himself.
The Delfino Dinger.
It's just I can't.
I love it.
I can't process that, man. That's unbelievable. just how many people in your in any conceivable notion, like there were a lot of other incredible plays and players in this game too, but I just need to be clear. The fact that guy just scored. In fact, I need to look at his RBIs. Hang on. I need to look at his RBIs for the season. Okay.
7.
Acorns, let's draw the picture. He just scored the same amount of home runs and more RBIs than Yellow Pianta did the entire season. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how you have somebody that's like Jeremy Lin for the Los Angeles Lakers when he just randomly popped up and did 40 points out of nowhere. And everyone's like, what the hell just happened? That's what it feels like to me right now. And I don't know how to take it. Oh my God.
Oh, that is wild.
Game 6
wild.
is about to go underway here, and Acorns, we saw the craziness that just happened. Do you see the new New York Mets taking this, or do you think this is finally the kind of game that demotivates them?
Yeah. 100%.
I
mean, if I'm running the New York Mets, I'm finding the bottle.
If I'm the new New York Mets, I'm going to find a new pitcher on that one. No disrespect to Firebro. He's had a great season so far, but this man, that's just a different conversation to have right there. My God. Anyhow, I've got our next game ready to go. We're going to game 6 here, folks. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Mario Mania League inaugural season. Winner, as in the GM, will obtain $25 prize from this great and wonderful season. A great respect to all players, to all GMs that got to be a part of this illustrious adventure. We hope that you had a great time. We felt that you had a lot of fun with it, because I know for a fact that Acorns and I sure have. Acorns,
Absolutely.
Game is ready. We are set. What do you say we get going?
Let's do that baseball.
All right. So we are now in the Twilight Zone when it comes to Yellow Pianta. New field, new opportunities now for the new New York Mets. It's time to play ball.
We start off with Toadette at the plate. That's going to be a hit off the left field. And Yellow Pianta, the big man himself from the last game, catching it. Toad's with an deck as Yellow Toad hits one. It's going to be a foul ball there. Dangerously close to the changeup. Curve right outside the box there. 1-1 the count.
This is maybe good to reinforce, too. Yellow Toad, another one of those players that has been kind of an off-put to get a home run this time around.
Have to be a double play to start here. It's Toadsworth. Hits one. That's going to be a good ball. Single.
Toadsworth is anything but, or if consistent, going for that single right over to the right field. Besides that, nothing really else to add to his resume on the batting side.
1-1 the count here. And that's going to be 1-2. The pitch. As she dings one off the left field there, and it's going to be a single. Firebro, Big Papi on the plate. With Green Noki on deck.
Yeah, Firebro not really having that same level of heat that he had in the first 2 games of the season. Excuse me, of the series.
And that's, I thought that was going to hit the whirly bird and hit over the changeup. It's going to be caught out. Just bad luck for the New York Mets to start the top of the first.
What the hell?
Vibro is throwing some heat so far to start, which is nice to see. As Red Dry Bones connects on that one and makes it the first.
I think if we made this a best-of-9 series, I would have a heart attack by the end of this. This is unbelievable what has happened so far.
Red Koopa now at the plate here. He cracking one off to the left side there. As the Paracoopa comes up to the plate.
I haven't given them a lot of specific credit for this, but the Koopas that start out at 1, 2, and 3 have done a great job of just getting simple base hits to set themselves up for success when Bowser or Hammerbro get into the play. And as soon as I said that, Daisy makes an incredible play to then cause the double.
Yellow Monster now hitting a big one, and it's going. He took a chop out of it, and it's going to be a 2-run home run.
Well, we nearly had a grand Denny's if it wasn't for my commentary curse. Froggy Dojo giving me a great thanks in the chat. But it doesn't matter. They still come out with 2 on that one with a great home run from Bowser. I believe that makes it 6 now for the series for Bowser.
Hammer Bro at the plate now with Green Magic Cuba on deck. The wind up at the pitch on the wrong side of the foul ball line. 0-2 the count here, with making it now 1-2. Pitch from the Fire Bro. Nice changeup above the plate. As we go to the top of the second. Green Noki up first with Red Pianta on deck. Gives the pitch from Dixie. Just outside the box. Another one into the connector. That one's going to be a fair ball, but it's going to be out at first.
Great backhand from Red Dry Bones to catch that.
The pitch. Splits it up the left side there. Going to give you a nice single. As the green shot guy comes to plate.
At the very least, start things out. Again, we're toward the bottom of the lineup, so just base hits are going to be valuable in this one.
Green Toad at the plate now with Toad on deck. Pitch. Dirty change up there, but unfortunate the ball. Green Toad connects on that one, sends it up right side as Pink Pianta comes home. Safe.
Nice job, Red Pianta with a great clear. But more credit to that great line drive, just narrowly evading the Red Dry Bones. Now we're going to get back to the top of the lineup with Toadette, and this may be a great chance to start a little bit of a rally.
Line up at the pitch. Going up to the shortstop there. It's going to be a nice double play as we go to the bottom of the second.
I am clearly realizing how often I'm commentary cursing people, so I'm going to just try to be more cognizant of that.
I have tried to stop doing that too. As Green Magic Koopa makes it a single. It's going to be 0-1 the count here to start at the bottom of the second. Dixie up to the plate. Haven't seen much from her on this side of the mound. As Yellow Piazza, the big man himself from the last game, on the plate now.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding hope because I don't think we're going to see that kind of performance a second time. I am sorry, but I can't believe that hard.
As it gets bases loaded. Let's see if Red Drabones can go to Dennings. The pitch. Sends one up the left side. Slitnik, Green, Magic Koopa coming home. They get a 1-3.
Good split right down the line yet again. Sometimes it's just the small ball that makes the biggest differences, as we've seen many times throughout this season. Oh! Clocked him right in the face with Red Pianta. Second time he's created an error on that, and that's pretty deadly. I mean, it's probably also influenced by the star power that just happened too, but that's crazy.
And pitch and change.
Oh no.
Daisy coming in again. Not surprised.
No. I'm a little bit scared because this Daisy call was exactly what costed a lot of runs last time, and now after how many times you've created an error, Red Piazza finally said, "No, I've got this."
Let's see if he's gonna do it.
0-2.
That pitch from Daisy is so confusing.
Jeez, Bowser just kept that on his shoulders with that. Tough one to see, but it really just bailed out the New York Mets with this shot.
Yellow Toad at the plate here to start for the New York Mets. Toadsworth on deck. Two nothing to count. That's going to be a good one. Make it a single, possibly a double. And he's safe at second.
Runners in scoring position. Toadsworth hoping to make something of a name, given that we hyped up his performance prior to this. Has really only had just some simple singles.
Two nothing count.
Oh, barely hit the outside corner.
Barely. Connects in that one, splits it right up the right side there. It's going to be a single.
I'm not kidding you. That has been the exact same area Toadsworth has hit the last 3 times.
Daisy at the plate now. Splits it right to left side there. Yellow Toad coming home there, making it 2-4.
Yeah, went right over to Red Koopa, but just not in time to make a little extra flair. Great work from Daisy. And now Fire Bro, now more than ever, needs to step up.
Maybe if he didn't swing the bat with one hand.
Well, he's had as many home runs as he has. I guess I'll respect that. Oh, questionable call.
1-2 the count with 2-2 now. And there he is. See, he listened.
And that right there, as is stated by a graphic, a comeback homer, as now the lead has just suddenly shifted over to the New York Mets. Let me tell you something. If you needed your star hitter to come in the clutch, this was the time to do it. And wow, great work from Fire Bro to keep the ball going.
5-4 the score here now on the top of the third. Game 6.
This is a win or go home for the New York Mets, so that helping with the lead is going to be huge, but they have yet to really prove their capabilities of stopping them on the defense.
As Red Pianta sends it right to the Paracupa in right field. 2 outs. Green Shaggy caught out in the outfield as we go to the bottom of the third.
Big play before things got even uglier on that. Now we go to Hammer Bro, bottom of the third. And again, this is going to be a pretty big moment. These next 2 at-bat opportunities for the Bowser and his minions.
Green Magicupa on deck next. Got a good single there from the Hammer Bro. As Red Toad gets on deck. Foul ball there from the Green Magicupa. He's going to split it right up there as the Green Note is going to field the ball over to third where Daisy's at. It'll be a single. Runner on second.
Once again, Red Toad proving to have a bit of offensive dominance this series. We'll see if they'll be able to bring it, especially when it's needed.
Daisy 1-1 so far. As
no way.
Red Toad is going to be on the wrong side of history.
Star power and everything would have launched that one out of here, but man, that sucks. But at least they are at 0 outs. Bases loaded. Maybe not the person you want up to bat for this one, so you just got to hope for a single. That's all you need.
The pitch. He sends one over to left field there, and there's that single. 5-5.
Yeah, I've negatively talked about Dixie Kong at the batter's box today. That right there can shift a lot, and we'll see what happens with Yellow Pianta, man. I really don't know what to do about this one.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a double play there.
Not before scoring at least one run, but you basically just jacked right back up to 2 outs.
That's going to go on the right side of the field there with Red Toad going home, making it 5-7.
Nice job from Red Dry Bones to drive that one down the right field line.
Pat says in the chat there, back to the worst player in the league. 1-0 the count here with 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Game 6.
I'm so glad we permitted the term sucking nards in the chat. That's such a perfect testament. Time to finally change sides. They are only down 2 runs, but we'll see what happens here. Fire Bro is not expected to be up on this one.
As Green Toad out at first. Toadette now on plate with Yellow Toad on deck. The pitch there from Dixie is going to be split up the left side there. Single at first. It's going to be Yellow Toad and Toadsworth with on deck. It's one on the right field there. It's going to be another single with the player on second being Toadette.
Yeah, time to play the game. How many toads can you put on the base path? Steal the third.
Oh, we got a steal there, and it's going to be out, though. That was a big mistake.
My guess is this was likely trying to be a hit and run scenario, and they did not pay attention to that. That was horrible and unlucky for the new New York Mets. Those
That might
should
have
have
cost
really
them the game, honestly.
In somewhat
It'll be a
good
foul ball
news, they
lesson.
are at the top of their lineup, so maybe there will be some fortune, but it will literally come down to the last inning and how well that they play on this one. Bowser basically can't get a home run on this one. And he won't, but he'll get a single at least. A little greedy to go to third. Is he going to get him? Nope.
Hammer Bro at the play. Green Magic Koopa on deck. Oh, to the count. Bottom of the fourth. Yeah, it's going to be an out. Green Magic Koopa at the play now. And that's going to connect, and it's going to be caught out by the Green Toad.
Oh, not
The
enough
Fair Koopa is
speed.
going to be safe.
Red Pianta couldn't offload that one quick enough, so the sack fly does pay off. That one run could be a gigantic difference maker. The World Series is up in arms.
Dixie at the plate now. As we make our way to the end of this one.
Bit of a surprising strike call on that one.
That's going to be out at second as we go to the last inning of this game.
So I don't know who else's heart rate is currently high like mine. Top of the fifth. 3 runs needed to tie 4 to take the lead. With there still being a chance for Bowser's minions. Because now it's time for Fire Bro.
As he hits a big one, going all the way back and caught out by the Paracoopa.
Just right next to, I just almost feel bad, to be honest, for the new New York Mets. I thought that one was out of here. Nope, that one was just right there.
Greenoki 1-1 the count here with 1 out. The pitch. And she connects on that one. It's going to be caught out by the Koopa. Daisy just stuck there at first, trying to make her way to second.
The Bowser and his minions are 1 out away from historical greatness as being the first ever Mario Mania League champions.
And there's a pitch. Be safe at first.
Pretty close, actually, at first for that one. They're going to go with a switch right at the end, Dixie Kong in left field, not a bad call, but Koopa going over is going to get real interesting.
Green Shaga hits one off left field. Bases loaded.
Green Toad.
The pitch. Out at first, and that's the game. And your Bowser and his minions are World Series champion.
Congratulations to Froggy Dojo. Congratulations to Bowser. And congratulations to the whole Bowser and his Minions organization. More than deserving, especially for the great performance he put on with that one. Congratulations to the New York Mets for making it to the World Series. But alas, Bowser and his Minions take that one away. 6 games. I'd like to just say I'm legendary when it comes to choosing predictions.
And I'm not.
Well, yeah, Pancake. Anyway, no, I'm kidding.
Shut up.
What a performance. What a set. GG's indeed. Chat, if you could get a 0 or an 07 in the chat for such a stellar performance. It was a fantastic season, a fantastic outing, and more than deserving. $25 will go to Froggy Dojo shortly after this matchup, but not before we give him his paid respects and being the phenomenal GM that he was. Congratulations, Froggy Dojo. You are awesome, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Okay, anyway. Let's go ahead and do the couple word theme because it's only appropriate that this is what's happening right now. Froggy Dojo, if you're in the chat, feel free to give a confirmation and pop into the streaming chat. We can give you a little congratulations here in the voice call if you would like. Froggy, what's up,
quick.
man?
Hello!
Congratulations.
The very first thing I need to say
Yes.
is first of all, big thank you to my entire team, Bowser and his minions. All of them. Yellow Pianta just got to earn his paycheck for the series with that one performance. Because otherwise, whew, it's pretty bad. But I also want to give a big thank you to Frank, Nima74, for letting me draft Hammer Bro. Because he didn't take him in the first round.
True. That's very true. I like to say that Frank threw, but like also he was at the bottom of the board this year. Anyway, good grief. Froggy, I just have one simple question for you. What did you give Yellow Pianta this series?
I
juice?
told him that if he... Well, I want to mention, I've done this off stream with people several times.
Yes.
And every single time I take a Pianta, red, blue, yellow, doesn't matter, they always suck. And everyone else's Piantas are always awesome. I don't know what it is with me. My Piantas are usually bad. So maybe Yellow Pianta forgot he was playing for me. And that's why he decided to be good.
Maybe.
But
that was unbelievable. Yeah. 3 home runs and more RBIs than he had the entire season, just all of a sudden in one game. I'm still processing that game, Froggy. I just need you to know that.
Oh yeah. I was shocked. Like I said in the chat, I couldn't believe he actually did something.
Right.
It was like the ending of Megamind. Everyone looking up, he did it. That was me in the dugout. I couldn't believe it.
That was absolutely insane. Acorns, you got a question for Froggy?
What, can I have whatever you gave Yellow Pianta? Like, for real?
Maybe if you make it to Game 5 of a World Series.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
This is not a knack to your baseball team. I don't know which one it is.
It's that. No, that actually was pretty accurate. I think the Tigers lost in Game 5 last season.
Oh,
yeah. It's okay.
I am but a humble Red Sox fan.
It's okay. The Cubs have 2016. I will still continue to remember that year.
As I would too. What was the last time for the Tigers? 84. So
Froggy, maybe my next important question for you is that you just won $25. Congratulations to you. Massive prize pool for it. What's the first thing you're going to spend with that said $25?
I'm going to Disney World.
Hell yeah. I am so glad. Budget-wise, that sounds exactly like the amount of money that you're going to need for that.
That
so
will
I'm
buy
proud
me
of it.
a singular turkey leg.
Yep.
I was gonna say maybe one drink in the drinks around the world at Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I got one more thing for you, Froggy, and then we'll let you go. This is a stellar season, and I have to. Something we don't talk about a ton is that obviously I call you a co-commissioner here at the Mario Mania League, and you have done a fantastic job helping on a lot of the background things that help us run the league. Optimizing statistics with Rumton and making sure that things run pretty seamless. And also, you mentioned it before, you have ran and been the commissioner for this in some of your friend groups, which helps me gain a lot of valuable experience for this here. If you, as fellow co-commissioner, how would you rate this season, absolved from the fact that you just won the World Series?
Oh yeah, perfect season. I wouldn't change anything. No notes. It was a lot of fun. The live element and like chat and everything made it really fun. The graphics were really cool. Like before, when I did it, we didn't have the custom team graphics that added a lot of fun to it.
And shout out to Typh for all of that, by the way, and Rumton a bit
too.
Yeah. But Typh, you are a legend for doing all the custom graphics for every team. That was tremendously valuable to throw in assets for this year.
I think Daffy made his own, but Typh made the majority of them.
Yep. True. Absolutely. No.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I had a really good time, except for the week against Frank. That was maybe the lowest I've been in the past year.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was like losing to the Detroit Lions back when they were 0-16 and you were the 1-16.
Hey, wait a second.
I'm gonna throw it back to Acorns for one more question, and then I've got one more, and then I think we're ready to go.
What would you do anything different next season?
Yeah, probably. I don't think I'd draft a Pianta. Straight up.
Honestly, fair.
I liked everyone else on my team. I wouldn't want Bowser again because I was kind of dreading picking him because I knew he was the best option, and with the way the draft was set up, if I didn't pick him, someone else would, and then they'd also more than likely get a Hammer Bro with him, which is, as we've all seen, very deadly. So I picked him just to avoid that case, and then I also got the Hammer Bro.
I think you made a good pick with having Bowser in your team for sure.
Oh yeah, he was the correct option there. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't really want to, but I wanted to do something a bit more fun. But ended up being pretty fun anyways.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, Froggy, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for contributing and helping to a lot of amazing things we got to do this season. We have bigger and badder things to do next season coming up for this. And yes, chat, this is a public release to say that there will be another season of the Mario Mania League. We have some optimizations that we're going to be working on in the background, but also, to say the least, there will also, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it now since Froggy is in here, we got to talk about it right now. I'm sorry, I was trying to choose the right music, and of course I chose the wrong one. There we go. As you can hear by the music, not by you guys in the voice call here, but we are playing the Mario Super Sluggers music because Mario Super Sluggers will be our next Mario Mania League title. We're expanding GMs, roster counts, defensive capabilities, and many other exciting elements to that, and I can't wait for it. Froggy, you've gotten to witness some of the greatness behind it. Super Sluggers, more GMs, more power, bigger prize pool. Are you in for next season with me?
Oh yeah, I am ready to venture into the dark landscapes that was the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's gonna be sick as can be. And Acorns, I not really asked you officially, but would you like to be a co-commentator for Mario Super Sluggers if you saw how great the Mario Mania League was?
Whatever.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Well, I heard a rumor that Rumpton did want to mention something on the microphone. So, Froggy, I'm going to leave it to you. I'm going to give it the hot ones thing. This camera, this camera, this camera. If you have anything going on or anything you'd like to promote or anything you would like to say to the wonderful audience, please feel free to do so now. You earned it as our champion and World Series winner of the Mario Mania League first season.
I don't got anything to promote, but thank you all for watching, whether it was from week 1 or the World Series. You guys have all been great. I've loved seeing people cheer on their favorite teams. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to be back once again.
Appreciate you, Froggy.
And I'm,
you're
I'm
a
glad
legend.
Dax got to experience the heartbreak of your team losing the championship game.
Yes, exactly. Dax is crying right now. He just doesn't want to admit it in the Twitch chat. No, we appreciate you, Froggy. We hope you have a great night, and congratulations. Right after stream, if you want to send me your PayPal stuff in DMs, I will get that over to you ASAP.
Got it.
All right. Thanks, Froggy. We'll see you.
Goodbye.
I've been told that Rumpton is ready to discuss with us on his team's performance, and he is just hopping in here right now.
Hello.
Rumpton, hello to you. I'm sorry you could not come out with that said victory, but for what it's worth, I don't think any of us were expecting Yellow Pianta to have
Listen.
3 home runs.
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Okay?
When I drafted this team, I did not have faith in them. I'm gonna be flat out. I was out there. I was eating dinner, and I was like, "Oh crap! I can't believe it." But I am so happy with what ended up happening this season. I didn't expect Daisy to be such a defensive masterpiece in this whole thing. I didn't expect to bond with a green Noki because I hate Nokis, but here I am. Toadsworth managed to get a second World Series. Oh, I'm proud of this. I've been to every World Series that has been hosted. So
That's a pretty fancy feat.
I'm pretty proud of that. But I have to make this announcement. And before I make this announcement, actually, huge shout out to Dax, who's been the #1 supporter of the New York Mets this entire time. Thank you, Dax. But we are disbanding the new New York Mets.
Oh my God. Breaking news, everybody.
Dang.
This team, unfortunately, could not get there. We could not get the money. When it comes to Super Sluggers, though, I hear there's a brand new team that I'm going to be able to be managing called the new New York Mets. That's right, baby. It's the new New York Mets.
The new New York Mets. No way, Rumpton.
right.
That's unbelievable.
It's going to be fantastic.
Oh my God. Well, Rumpton, we wish you the best of luck when Super Sluggers comes through. I should also mention this, that every GM has been invited if they would like to join into Super Sluggers, which reminds me will be potentially happening later this year. More to come to the schedule soon. There are a few things in that coming up. First, we have to get through before we get to that stage. But anyhow, Rumpton, nonetheless, you have been a legend in the stats. You've been a legend behind helping out with the technical of getting the custom textures and everything implemented, and you've been a legend in general as a great GM, and I appreciate your time this season, and you have been everything as wonderful, and I'm glad we got to do another CPU-oriented event together in the grand scheme of things.
And I appreciate you for hosting this thing and bringing CPU versus CPU content to the world. CPU versus CPU content is my favorite thing ever. It's just so much fun to watch computers fight each other and then just like want computers to win. Everyone knows RWF was just all CPU versus CPU stuff.
Yep.
And by golly, it is the best thing ever. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and
I will be there
hey,
next time.
I can't wait for it. Acorns, I want to throw it to you. Do you have any questions for Rumpton before we part ways with our second place champion here in the Mario Mania League?
So obviously, being that there is a New York Mets next season, what are you going to do differently?
We're gonna get Birdo.
Ooh. Okay. We're
Okay.
calling it out right away. I
There was
hope to
so
call us
much
back
that
a
went
couple
wrong
months.
this season. I didn't get Birdo, and more importantly, Frank's a goddamn idiot. That's what I'm gonna say. Fuck you, Frank. All right, mic drop. Peace out.
All right.
Dang.
With that, Rumpton has departed from the call, and we depart from our adventures here at the Mario Mania League. Acorns, last thank you to you. You have been a legend here in the commentary booth, even though you've been abducted twice by accident here. I am sorry, and you can't sue us. I made sure that in the documentation you signed that you can't.
No, it's nothing against you at all. It's I gotta stop betting on Mexican table tennis.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, I get it. You know, sometimes we just get really invested into Mexican table tennis. You know, it's when they score, they say "Ole," and they also have Lay's as a sponsor. Is also what I have been told. So,
Listen,
pretty crazy.
I'm a really big fan of the Puebla Patrons. They're really good.
Yeah. I'm going to turn on my video camera for you one last time so that you can watch the stream output. Can make sure you can see it okay. I want to make sure that I call to this one last time. This season has been dedicated in true memoriam.
This was awesome. Thanks for the content and thanks for the amazing commentary, Acorns and Jordan.
I'm happy to do it, and more to come in the great legends of the Mario Mania League in the future. But I would be remiss if I didn't at least acknowledge it one last time here, Acorns. Legendary broadcaster Ernie Ballswell dead at 98. Again, it was the third thwomp in the left field outfield for Bowser's Fortress. It was sad to see him go, but we wish him the absolute best. Rest in peace to a legend. 07's in the chat for him. Man, you're really desecrating the grave with Ernie. That was kind of rude, but
He wouldn't want it any other way.
nope. He was a legendary broadcaster. The ghost still haunts me, and I have nightmares every other night. But we'll see if that will go away once the Mario Mania League has completed. But
Hi!
oh God, I knew it. He somehow finds his way back in
Shit.
here. Terrifies me. I'm gonna go figure out how we can murder a ghost. I'm gonna call Luigi after this and see if he's available. Not the Mario and Luigi. Never mind. Nope. We're gonna stop making that joke. All right, Acorns. Is there anything else you would like to say to this wonderful audience before we sign off for the last time for this season of the Mario Mania League?
Be excellent to each other and please spay and neuter your pets.
Couldn't agree more with that. One last thing that is important to mention, and a reminder to those that have not seen it. This upcoming weekend, Saturday, 12 hours, April the 26th, 2025 AD, at 12 p.m. Eastern dedicated time, or daylight, not dedicated. Twitch.tv/levelupfc will be our fundraiser for Let's Unite and Finance Change, a tabletop and RPG oriented adventure game. Please make sure to come in, to donate, to contribute. There will be song competitions. We have a D&D campaign. We have many, many exciting things coming up for that day, and we are super pumped about it. So please make sure you are there to hang out at the very least and spread some joy and have some fun. Like you said, Acorns, just be some decent human beings.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's our time to sign off. Acorns, as again, I will see you physically tomorrow. But for the rest of you, I will see you for next Monday, where we will be going back into Kingdom Hearts to complete the epic saga that was our Kingdom Hearts adventures. A little bit of extra storyline that we're going to go back into and have some fun with. And finally, after that, Beyond Two Souls. And after that, Sonic Heroes. Thank you again. Have a great night. And we will see you next Monday for Monday Mania. Signing off.
Bye!